Hello everyone, and once again welcome to my business English channel. In today's video we'll be focusing on legal English. We'll be looking at nouns and phrases all in an alphabetic order, and that's why I call it the ABCs in legal English. A. Acquire. Now that's a verb which means to buy or obtain an asset or an object. Then we have a passive form for that which is acquired. For example, an acquired company. It's a company that has been merged into another company. We have also a noun, an acquisition, which means a purchase. And the person or the company would be known as the acquirer. That would be the company that gains control over another company. Appeal. This word comes from apply, which basically means to apply to a higher court to change a lower court's decision. An appellant is the person who appeals a decision to a higher court. And an appellate court, also known as Court of Appeal, is a court which reviews judgments held by lower courts. Affidavit. This is a statement, a document which can be used as proof in court. Look at the example there. I give an affidavit to the judge about the accident I witnessed. Also commonly used with a phrasal verb to swear out. Look at the next example. Later he swore out an affidavit admitting his own mistake. Adjudicate is to make a formal decision about something, to act as a judge in a dispute. Look at the example. The board will adjudicate when claims are made against teachers. Next one, alienation. This is the transfer of the ownership of property rights. Example, most leases contain restrictions against alienation. The courts pronounce the alienation fines illegal. B. First one is bailiff. Now, this is a legal officer or someone with some kind of degree or authority or jurisdiction. Example, they didn't pay their rent and so the landlord sent in the bailiffs. Barrister is a lawyer admitted to plead at the bar and in superior courts. Breach is a verb. It's an act of breaking the law, to break promise or an agreement or even a relationship. Example, he was sued for breach of contract. There have been serious security breaches. Next one, brief. This is a document containing details of a court case. For example, I have to submit the brief before the hearing. Number 5, bylaw. Now, in British English, this refers to a rule made by a company or society to control the actions of its members. In American English, it refers more to a document that defines a company's internet organization. For example, in addition to the organization's bylaws, there is a handbook with rules and procedures for anyone to read. C. First one is charge. To formally accuse someone of a crime. The police charged him with common assault this morning. 2. Cartel. This is a group of similar independent companies who agree to join together to control prices and limit competition. Look at examples there. Cartel activity is likely to face a particularly high financial penalty. Supermarkets were accused of operating a cartel on the price of many staple foods. Collateral. This is property pledged as security for repayment of a debt obligation. Example, she put his land up as collateral for the bank loan. 4. Comity. This is a principle that one country or jurisdiction will recognize the laws, decisions, and legislation of another country. It means basically mutual respect. For example, the two nations have a long history of comity. Number 5, conveyance. This is the legal process of transferring of property rights in land from one person to another. For example, the expense of conveyance usually falls upon the purchaser. I would also like to share some Latin terms which are very common in legal English. And the first one is de facto, which actually means in fact. Look at the example. The city is rapidly becoming the de facto center of the financial world. Number 2, de jure, which means by law. The president aims to create a de jure one-party state. And see how you can combine these two. Another example, the country has de facto independence now, and it will soon be recognized de jure by the world's governments. 3, ipso facto. This means by that very fact itself. It's actually used to say that it is reasonable to state or believe something based on facts that are already known. For example, you admit to have fired the gun and killed the victim, so you are ipso facto responsible for his death. Number 4, inter alia, which means among other things. For example, these papers show inter alia how the funds are invested. 5, per se, which means by itself. This discussion is about perception and not about the arts per se. Now, please do feel free to send me examples in your own context of all the words or phrases we've seen in today's video. And now a couple of jokes of the day. In the future, please say I object rather than that's total bullshit. Are you in the mood to exercise our constitutional rights? Please do send me jokes if you know any law jokes. I'd like to see some of those in your comments below. The idiom of the day is ambulance chaser. It means a lawyer who encourages people who've been in accidents or become ill to sue for compensation. If you know where this idiom came from, please let us know. A quote of the day: tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn, by Benjamin Franklin. And that's all for this first part of the ABCs in legal English. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, send me your comments below, and make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on any of the upcoming videos. See you in my next video. Bye!